Hello there, everybody. We're back. Wabam. We've got something new today. I don't like the wabam. I'm going to redo that. Hello. We're back. It's the Homebrew Boys. Oh my god.
Sorry.
I'll redo that again.
Oh my god. Blake's drinking from a Homebrew Boys mug.
Take 3.
Indeed. I am.
Why is it that mine and Blake's lighting's banging and yours is just subpar?
Because I need to do this. I need my ring light back. I'm Jordan.
Hello.
Oh, well, okay. Just speak over me.
Shit.
My voice that you hear is Jordan. The second voice you're going to hear, which is that side, is Ryan.
Oh, that's me. Hi.
And
I'm Ryan.
The third voice you're going to hear is Blake.
Hello.
This way? Which way?
I'm pointing the right way this time.
Hang on, I'm watching streams.
Ryan's
so
here for
massive
me.
delay.
So this is something new that we're going to do every so often. It's the new Let's Have a Brew podcast featuring.
Do
the
you
Homebrew
have your
Boys.
brews ready?
Yes, I do. I even have biscuits.
No, that's too much. That's calories, man.
Well, I'm allowed biscuits.
You notice that I've got a bit of bling on now.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, yeah.
So this ring, I'm going to talk about this before we go any further, Jordan. Sorry to ruin your schedule.
Okay.
Basically,
fine.
it was gifted to me for Christmas by my mother. And
Ooh.
you probably can't see what... No, you definitely can't see. Inside, it's engraved, and it says, LJ, 13th for the 9th, 22, £8, 12 ounces.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That's lovely.
So it's my little babbler.
Explaining who we are for anybody who knows, since we're just popping up and just chatting. Me and Ryan are part of the Homebrew Boys. We're YouTubers / streamers /
Slash lovers.
yes, definitely. Kind of not, maybe. We do streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And
Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I definitely know our schedule. And we are today joined by a special guest, Blake.
Blakaki.
Hello, YouTuber.
Hello. I am contractually obligated to be here. I may not be a part of the main group of the Homebrew Boys, but I am somewhat a part of it. I signed my life away back in 2020, and I've regretted it ever since.
2020.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yowza, that's a long time ago. That is
It's at least 10 years ago. At least.
at least.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
it's
God.
been quite a while. It's been painful.
Painful.
You're contractually obligated to say that, that you've got to. It is painful. But, where can we find you, Blake?
You can find me
Michigan.
on. Yes, that is one way. I wouldn't recommend that way because it's probably going to take you a while.
I'm there. I smell you.
The other places you can find me are on YouTube on my. I'm gonna call it a vlog channel now. Balake with a 4 in place of the A because I am so creative. And there is a new channel that has just sprung up in the YouTube landscape, in the YouTube garden, if you might say. It is called The Green Expansion. It is my new channel that I will be posting on once a week, every Saturday, with maybe some shorts thrown in there. And it was an idea thought up by me and one other content creator by the name of Captain Shiver, also known as Jamie, on his channel called Grow Your Understanding. We're very proud of those names.
You should
Mine
be
went a
proud.
little far with the promo, but
No, it's fine. That's what it was for. That's why I teed it up. It was nice just to we needed everybody to know where to find you because you've got some new projects going on. If I remember correctly, you're kind of slightly moving away from the gaming landscape and leaning more towards the vlogging stuff, which I think is pretty cool. Ryan.
Hello.
Hello there.
What can I do for you?
I don't know. I was hoping you'd carry on.
Carry on what? What do you need, friend?
First things first, I'm just going to say hello to chat. We do have chat, but we don't have it on screen because I forgot about that. What are we doing here today?
We are here to chat. Basically, we don't chat often, so we thought, why not film it? Why not go live and chat? We're going to talk about a bunch of different things from each of us. We've all brought our own topics that we'd like to discuss. And there's going to be a lot of rambles, a lot of segues, maybe some jokes. Who knows?
Maybe.
Sorry,
We
flipping through the script here. Sorry.
we do like to think we are comedy, literal definition of comedy. So there might be a joke thrown in every so often, maybe.
There might be a joke.
There might.
It's not a guarantee.
No, that should be a tagline. Let's have a brew podcast. There may be a joke.
There may be.
May with underlined on the may.
We don't know how long it's going to last. We've not done it for a while, but basically we're going to be chatting along. We're going to talk about a few things. There might be some funny news segment in there. There might be some hypothetical questions that we've got to talk about, and some brain teasery kind of stuff. I don't know. We'll just see where the river takes us. We might cry. We might laugh.
Yeah, this is kind of our
see where it takes us.
first test, our first soiree, if you will, into getting the podcasting stuff done. You know, we're dipping our toes back in after so long of being away from it.
Good. And Jordan, what about yourself, mate? What can you tell us about you?
Me, not a lot.
Who are you?
I am
What makes you tick?
I am the second member of the Homebrew Boys. Well, we're co-equal partners of the Homebrew Boys.
That's more like
co-founders of the Homebrew Boys. I'm the brains of the operation, and Ryan is the dad and the charisma of the operation.
The brawn.
Ryan
You're the brains, I'm the brawn.
Ryan is who people come to show up for, and I just happen to be here.
I was going to say,
make your work.
I'm just kind of here.
Yeah.
I don't think people come for me. You're not giving yourself enough credit, friend.
I never give myself credit. I'm not allowed to. It's not my way. It's not how I roll.
It's not in the contract either.
No. So, rules structure the fun, and I have to abide by the rules of the contract because they structure my fun on this channel.
I structure my strun on this channel.
But for those of you who don't know, Brian likes to mix up the letters in sentences. He does it a lot. That's just going to be a thing.
Yeah, sorry.
I've started doing it as well.
It's great.
It's a mess.
All I do is change the first letter of 2 words. So, for example, cereal bar. I would straight away go burial sar. And it confuses people, and that amuses me. So, it's all good.
It's a win-win.
It is a win-win.
Let's go into the first topic, shall we?
Hang on. Well, how are we going to get there?
I don't know. Maybe
we have to transition. Yeah, we need to segue, but how? We're all right. Let's imagine we're out in the world, and we can only talk about these things in different areas, but we have to travel to these areas to be able to talk about them. So right now we're in the park. We've done our introduction in the park. Okay. We need to now go into the coffee shop to have our brew, but we need to get there. It's 2 miles away.
Okay, so are we walking there? Are we segueing there? Is that what you were leading up to?
Should we segue into the segue?
I need
2-mile run. No, insert cool transition from =3.
First topic is over to Blake. I pointed the wrong way. That way.
What? What did I do? What do I have to do?
You had topics. We prepared for this. What are we talking about?
Yes. So, the first topic, inappropriate P2, is: do we want to start with my gardening channel, or do we want to pick one of your guys' first? Because I feel like we already...
We're going to start with you. You're the guest.
You are the guest.
Okay.
First.
All right. So, what do you want to know?
Right. Okay. So, you've started a gardening channel.
Yes.
How old are you? Sorry, that sounds offensive straight away. How old are you? Sounds like I'm like, how old are you, man? What the fuck are you on about? How old are you, Blake?
How old are you? You're starting a gardening channel?
How old
are you? 5? But I am gonna be 19 in 8 days.
15 years.
Basically 19 now.
In 8 days?
Yeah.
Hang on, you're basically 19 now. That's not how birthdays work.
No, you're still 18 right now. You will be 19 in 8 days. That's how that works.
So you're 18, nearly 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously have a little bit of land at home, but from what I've seen from your videos, it looks like you've got a pretty spacious area.
Mm-hmm.
1.5 acres. That's beautiful. I've got about 5 centimeters because this is England.
And that's lucky.
We're all jam-packed in. You're 18 years old. You've got a bit of land. You live with your parents. You drive a truck, which really pisses me off because a truck is my dream car, and you are literally a child, and you have a truck. It's not fair. Right, so why is my question? Why have you started a gardening channel?
Because I wanted to do something different. I was tired of putting out content and just having it, trying to think of anything just to have something to throw out there. Because with gaming, there wasn't a lot, like, it wasn't touching on my creativity very much. It wasn't uh like making me think. It was just mostly me waiting for a game to come out and then I'd play it or do something in the game that may be a little different than just playing it, but it wasn't really like testing me at all. So I wanted something that I could start from scratch where it would be all like completely original and just something I could like grow and expand and keep like moving up. Because with gaming, there wasn't a storyline. I've never had any sort of idea on where I wanted things to go.
Yeah.
Same with like the vlog style content, which I know I said I'm going to be getting back into that. We'll talk about that in a sec here. But with gardening, it's like I'm starting with one seed, and then as time goes on, that's going to become like quarter, half acre, however big I want to go, like a garden. Now,
Right.
the only problem is, since, like you said, I'm not exactly living on my own yet, the people who do own this land are not exactly fond of me using it to make a half acre big garden.
Wait, is it not your parents' land?
No, it's my parents' land. That's who I'm talking about.
All right. It sounded like then you were like renting.
No, no. We live here. We own this land. Except when I say we, I mean them. My dad's not really fond of me using it to make a big garden.
Why?
So the goal is, I don't know. He has his
Does he
reasons,
not want
whatever.
to be fed for free?
I know. See, that's another thing, is that's why I like it, because then I could just grow my food and eat, and then
Exactly.
maybe even have more than enough to where I can bring it to a market and like sell it or something. But anyway, so the goal is I want to like grow this channel. I've gotten it started. It's growing in the other room right now. I want to grow the channel to a point where maybe I can get some land of my own and then continue expanding it and stuff.
That's
In
cool.
America,
'Cause
do you have allotments? Do you know what that is?
no.
No. So in the UK, because we don't have loads of land per home, like you do get a garden, and depends on where you live. Like if you live more in the city, you get less and less space. Basically, we have things called allotments, which you find in cities and in towns, and it's basically. I mean, you do have them in America. I know that for a fact, but they're called community gardens,
Yeah.
Hmm.
right? So it's basically a fenced-off area full of little plots of land, like tiny bits that you rent per month or per year, and you can garden there. So for those people that live in, say, apartments and stuff, they would rent out, should they wish, a community garden so that they can grow vegetables and herbs and whatever. Your aim is to maybe get a bit of land, or are you talking like full on farm boy, get off my land kind of?
I'm not gonna have animals. I'm not gonna want to be responsible for animals. Um,
Right.
I just want to see not how big I can grow, how big I can get it. Um, just like, I knew you were gonna laugh at that. I just
Sorry.
wanna see like how far I could take this. I want to like get it to a certain point, because, like I said, I have a storyline in mind, and I've
Right.
never had that with anything else. So I kind of want to
Nice.
just ride the wave, and then once I get to the point, the so-called end point,
Yeah.
um, maybe see if I can test myself a little more and see where I could bring it moving forward.
So
But
you're,
until then, I'm just getting started. So,
so you're just trying
yeah,
to like build something from the ground up and hope, hoping for the best, seeing what
literally.
grows, see what doesn't, and test a few bits, and then hopefully in the future get a plot of land of your own and build something massive. I take it.
Yeah.
That's the rough idea of what the channel's going to be about.
Yeah. And it's honestly, it's an excuse for me to like get outside more, because
Yeah.
I don't I don't go a lot of places. I only ever go to work. My social skills are tanking. This here is the only thing kind of keeping them above water. So it
That's
would kind
fair.
of be an excuse to like go to the marketplaces and like get in contact with them, get the seeds or get whatever I need to kind of keep growing this.
Yeah, yeah.
And to touch on Patu's question, um,
Good. I was going to bring that
I'm
up.
mainly going to be focused on like fruits and veggies, stuff I can eat. I don't care about flowers or
You
anything like
can.
that. At least
Okay.
not yet. I want to just get it to a point where it looks nice. It's all just naturally grown, and you can all you can eat. Basically,
Buffet.
yeah. Mm.
That's great. I used to have a plot of land when I was renting with Beth. In our back garden, we had like 3 little bits in the back garden that I used for growing vegetables. So I had potatoes. I think I had onions, carrots, and maybe broccoli.
Hmm.
And then here, I created a bit of land in my garden, and I grew potatoes, carrots, broccoli, and pumpkins and courgettes.
Yeah, the ones I have started right now are I have a 12 cell tray, and half of it, ooh, this is exciting actually. Half of it is strawberry seeds, and
Oh,
one quarter of it is broccoli, and the other quarter is and tomatoes, like cherry tomatoes,
oh,
smaller
nice.
ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You've piqued Ryan's
so that's what
interest.
I'm kind of starting out with. And in the spring, I'll move them into something bigger that I can maybe like keep outside. Something where like it's not in the ground, because I think that was the main concern of like the landlord here. Is he didn't want the stuff in the ground. So I figure as long as I keep it like in something, then I'll be good like putting it outside and stuff, because I want to be able to bring this stuff with me when I eventually do go to my own piece of land,
Sure.
to try to expand this and make it bigger. That's where I'm at right now. I wanted to start with blueberries because they're just nice, simple, small, but
Yeah.
there's no seeds anywhere until spring.
Right.
Yeah, you
What
will
you
have.
should definitely do is, right, potatoes are a really good one because you can just go buy potatoes from the shop,
Yeah.
then just leave them until they start sprouting.
Hmm.
Okay, and then when they sprout, chunk them in the ground, just in dirt, in soil.
Mhm.
Cover them very like loosely with maybe like, I don't know, a couple of inches, and then just leave them. Obviously, water them and care for them, sing to them, kiss them,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. But if you just leave them, they sprout off into more potatoes, and they just do not stop. And you'll like harvest what you think is all of them, and then next year will come around, and there's tons more in the ground, and it's just like a forever giving party of fun.
Patua's pub. Oh, that all sounds great, Blake. Grow bags are your friends and good quality greenhouses.
Yeah,
That
grow
is one
bags
thing.
for selling your green, Blake.
Yeah, that is one thing I've thought about. I'm not sure whether I want to go the outdoors route or maybe get like a greenhouse type thing started, because where I live, it's not exactly plant friendly year round.
No, you've got more of a British climate where you get snow in the winter, and
hmm Yeah, it's winter. I think is a little bit longer than summer and spring here, so it's only I'd say maybe 3 to 5 good months of like planting weather.
right.
So once spring gets up and running here, that's when I'm gonna really go all in on this and see what kind of growth I can get either on the channel and in the garden.
Okay, nice.
That sounds really
I
cool.
like it.
Yeah.
It's very wholesome. It's not
Mm.
often you see a young whippersnapper like yourself doing something like gardening, because
Young
a lot of young
whippersnapper.
people feel like, their peers would bully them for it.
Always on this thing here. Always on this wizard box. That's what oh one of my teachers, that's what his mother always called them, as wizard boxes.
I love that.
Really?
I love
Yeah,
that.
it's funny. I've heard that before because at work, like I've been starting to talk about it more and more, and that's what one of the older gentlemen at work said too. He's like, "You don't see a lot of people your age doing this type of thing."
No.
So I was like,
But it's so
"Alright."
so handy though, because It'll
Mhm.
save you so much money in the future. If you can nail it all now and figure out, how to grow things, what to grow, you can be almost self-sufficient. You just have to buy your meat.
Exactly.
And
That's all I would have to worry about is the meat. So that's why I'm doing it, just so I can save money and be eating good. Healthy.
exactly, it's going to be really, really good for you, man. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
We're really excited, and we will be watching the videos on your channel. Like, I have watched your first one.
I've
you know,
watched most of the first one.
so we will be leaving comments in every so often, just with tips and tricks and stuff. Or Ryan probably will.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
I'm
be
a bit
commenting.
green-fingered.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the help is appreciated because I am still an infant when it comes to this. So I'm gonna need probably some tips and stuff. I'm gonna have failures. Like there's gonna
Yeah,
be times
that's
where
part of it, though, man. That's how you learn.
exactly, yeah. That's what I figure. The whole idea of it is that it's a learning experience, and I'm growing with the garden, like in my
Oh,
knowledge of it,
how
and
cute.
yeah, I'm gonna see what I can learn.
I mean, it'll be
Is the idea actually so you can grow marrying iguanas and sell them off and earn money doing the drug empires? Is that the actual plan?
Depends how much money's
Which
in
is
it.
why your dad don't want you to do it because it's illegal. know?
No,
that's
I
what
have no
your dad
plans.
thinks you're doing. So is it like you're,
Dad,
Yeah.
I'm gonna grow some greens. Like
Yeah.
fuck you are, son.
No, yeah. That's another thing. That's funny. It's like everybody says the same thing. It's like, are you growing the marijuana plants? It's no. I'm just I'm all about growing like natural fruits and veggies. Like I don't know. With the strawberries, apparently there's a process called irradiation, and that's what kind of prevents them from growing, the store-bought ones. So I have some exciting news about that, but you're gonna have to wait till the video comes out to see that.
we will.
Sure, okay.
But
Right, Sue was put, it's dying skill so many younger people don't seem to understand where their food comes from. Proud of you, Blake. Blaze the new trail for the youth.
yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to help my generation understand.
You're trying to blaze it.
Yeah, this is what like our ancestors used to do. This is how we got to where we are today. Like I'm the type of person where I like to challenge myself, like mentally and physically.
Yeah.
So I'm all about like anything fitness, but
Yeah.
I also like natural, like from like the ground up growing things. I don't know how to describe anything else, but I like the process of growing plants and then being able to that first when I pluck off that first like bit of food and I eat it for the first time. That's going to be such a huge moment because it's like I worked for this long just to have this here, and I'm curious of the taste because some of these things they might taste differently than just the regular store bought things.
Yeah,
That's
because they
gonna be
won't
the
have
biggest
pesticides
test.
all over them and stuff. You just got to make sure you wash them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Don't
And,
want to be getting ill.
right. Yeah, I wanted to avoid like all the GMOs and like pesticides and all that stuff, so I figure I'll just naturally grow it all.
You know what
and
you
then
could
I'll-
do as well? What would be really, really great is after you're pretty established and you know what you're doing, you're going to obviously yield quite a lot, right?
Mhm.
There's going to be, let's say like the 10-20% that you can eat, and then you're going to have all this excess. Like I said with the potatoes, you get tons and tons of potatoes that no normal human being, unless you are like an army, can get through, right? So with all this yield, you could set up a little shop, a little local, fruit and veg business, and just sell your excess.
Or a charity.
Or a
Or a
charity.
charity, that'd be amazing.
Or why not both?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give any excess fruits and veggies and potatoes. I don't know what class those are in, but any access I could just give to the needy
There you
or
go.
sell.
That'd be really cool. That'd be
And if you make any black garlic, send some my way.
yes.
Yeah.
Because I can think of some recipes that I would like to use that for.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's good. I like that. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, it's called what? Remind me. Blake.
The Green Expansion.
Green Expansion. There you go. Look. So if you're not subscribed, go onto YouTube, type in the Green Expansion.
It'll be
Support Blake any way possible.
It'll be in the link below on the YouTube vid.
And the other thing, don't forget, check out Grow Your Understanding as well, because this was as much his idea as it was mine. We thought it up together, so be sure to go show him support. He's also got his first video up right now. He's getting the hang of it. A little older than you guys. He's in like mid-30s, so he did record it completely vertically. but he's getting the hang of it.
That's good. That's just charismatic, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a style. That's a stylistic choice.
I know. I thought about that. I was like, no, watch this first video do well, just for the sake of it being like vertical, like full length vertical video.
Million views, like the gardening version of Mr. Beast.
Hey, whatever you got to do.
Whatever you got to do. That's good.
Mr. Grow Your Feast.
Mr. Grow Your Feast. Mr. Feast.
So, Jordan.
Yes.
Let's talk about one of your topics. Let's segue on to your topic. So we need
right. My topics are mostly like gaming news related and that kind of thing. So less life stuff and more like, gaming and that kind of thing while nothing is going on with it. Like I said, it's not that I've got nothing going on. I am doing bits. Like yesterday I took a trip to Manchester. We did some like mini golf with my best mate. And we also went to a place called Pixel Bar, which is like a video game.
Oh, I've wanted to go there.
It's really good. It's really good. You pay for the amount of time in like the different gaming booths. There's like retro gaming booths. There's more like Switch booths, that kind of thing. There's like themed gamer food. There's gamer flavored cocktails. Not gamer flavored cocktails, but you know what I mean? Like
this is Buggy 2988 cocktail.
But yeah, no, there was like I had a Pokemon themed Jake had a Pokemon themed cocktail, and I also had it was called the Witch's Brew, and it came in like a potion bottle, and it looked like a health potion. It looked really cool. It was really cool. But yeah, that's about it. That I've been doing. So, gaming news. Have you heard that EA are sort of slowly swiveling to more like single player based games and are shutting? So basically, I think this is quite new. They're cancelling a lot of projects. They're cancelling like all their like mobile apps, like Mobile Apex, Mobile Battlefield.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It was. And they're trying to swivel more towards a single player style studio with like your Star Wars games and that kind of thing.
Right. Okay, that's good because all their online stuff is wank.
Yeah, hot take. EA unfortunately don't do great.
Because everything's always broken. Like you hear any FIFA player, all they do is complain about the servers and EA. You play Battlefield, all you'll hear is people complaining about the lobbies and everything just not working on time with EA. But yeah, Battlefield Story, I know obviously that's DICE, but it's DICE EA. That's always been brilliant. And they just stopped doing it. Like, what are you doing?
I think
why would you get rid of your best bit?
Well, the thing is, like, unfortunately, that when they buy a studio, this studio may be like known for like single player games, but they've kind of like forced them to do multiplayer stuff. So when the studio is doing like the single player stuff, it's like really good. Like the Star Wars game that came out, Fallen Order, absolutely brilliant. Like in terms of storytelling, everything. I think it is. It's.
Well, I'm on it now, and I'm trying again now.
Yeah, it's up there for me as a really top tier game, and I'm like, why can't you do this with like the multiplayer stuff? Why can't they all be like that quality?
Right.
Because like Battlefield, for instance, one of them, story stuff, great. It's literally only just right now fixing itself.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but you can go on now and it's pretty all right. Like it's okay. It's not like I know COD's a bad comparison, but it's a little bit more polished. But it's nearing that level of polish now.
So Penguin's here. So hi, Peng.
Oh,
he
hello.
said EA also super suck for their microtransactions.
Yes,
that's
they
true.
Do. They're very bad for microtransactions.
Microtransactions.
Gaming news.
Yeah. No, this is funny. I've been so like removed from gaming that I couldn't even insert anything to what you guys were talking about. Like all I knew was like, hey, multiverses, I know that. But that's funny.
No, I like to say it. It's just one of those things. Like people fall out of that stuff, especially when you're starting something new. You tend to focus on something like so wholeheartedly that everything else kind of just sort of eclipses you. Like,
yeah,
like I'm a gardener
I
now.
Go all in.
What's this controller thing in my hand? How do I play this again? I only have green thumbs, not gamer thumbs.
I don't even have any controllers nearby anymore. I'm a false gamer.
That's my little segment over. So just a little one. It'll be different next time. I'll have a little bit more prepared. I did spend a lot of my time today preparing all the new elements and stuff, like all the like, because if you have noticed, I've rebranded the entire channel. I've made a new branding bit for the podcast stuff, so it's got like new assets and stuff. It's even got like a little cup logo, which I thought was
very nice.
Cool.
By the way, it's a nice setup.
Thank you very much.
Those look pretty snazzy, mate. To be honest.
Yeah, I spent all day on it, just making sure it's right, because it went wrong about 3 times.
3 times.
Oh no!
I'm a professional.
Just a little chat break here. Yeah. So James has put, Penguin put Who Makes the Sims. I'm pretty sure that's EA. Then Peng's put one thing I don't particularly like, the Sims pricing or the expansion packs cost so much money. I know. Yeah. So Beth really likes Sims, okay? She plays it on PC, obviously. And I always buy the expansion packs, or, like we sort of take it in turns buying the expansion packs for it. And we bought a lot of them for the last one, and then obviously Sims 4 is the current one. And we bought a lot for that as well. And they just cost so much money. It's insane.
They really do.
Each expansion pack, like the proper expansion packs, like 30 odd quid. So obviously, you have to go to CD keys to get them a little bit cheaper, and it's still not that bad.
I'm just going to do a bit of research just on the fly and see how much it would cost to buy every single expansion pack for The Sims 4.
Good luck.
Do it.
Well, I'm doing it.
I've bought most of them.
You should know.
They're too much money, like hundreds. My guess is going to be £235.
I'm going to say 270.
There are a few different... Oh my god, there's absolutely loads.
There's tons. There's like stuff packs, there's expansion packs.
So let me just do a bit of conversion, because I do have the number. What was your guesses again, Ryan?
235.
Yeah, and Blake?
270.
So I think this is with the game included. Currently stands, if you were to buy everything, and I mean literally everything, if I've done my research right, citation needed, currently stands at $870, which is £706.88.
I knew it was going to be too low. Oh my!
That means I've probably spent maybe about £500 on that game.
Jesus, that's mental. Yowza!
In fact, hang on.
Oh my god! And that's the thing is that's without sales, because obviously some people will buy some of the packs in the sales and stuff, but that's still a lot of money. Is there a record for like the most DLCs in a game? Because that might win.
Yeah, it could very much win, I think.
So just because I got like 6 minutes left here, I want to get on to Ryan's topics. What's happening in your gym life, your dad life? What's going on?
Oh, yeah. Right, okay, so gym life, dad life, and what was the last one?
Wedding.
Right, so gym life, basically, this is tied in with the wedding. So I'm getting married on the 20th of May. All right, at Christmas time, literally like Christmas, I was like, I'm gonna get shredded.
Like,
right, I wanna look good. I wanna feel good. I'm fed up of being this like fat dad. I mean, I know obviously I train, I work out. I'm not fat, but I'm just not happy.
You're not happy with your current
doom music slowly building up.
Yeah, I'm just not happy with my physique, myself, all that good stuff. So I thought, you know what, it's properly go time. Because I used to be very in shape.
Hmm.
And then I got a job at a certain pizza, well-known establishment, and I used to eat a lot of pizza because you're surrounded by it. It's just how it works.
It's what you do.
And I
when you
lost
work.
it a little bit. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm getting shredded, and since Christmas, I weighed myself, right, and I was 95 kilos, or hang on, let me make this blakeable. Wait,
Applicable.
Blakeable.
95 kilos, which is 209 pounds.
Oh, okay.
All right. So since then, it's been a few weeks. Yeah, maybe 3-4 weeks, right?
Yes.
I'm now, it fluctuates a little bit, like it's going to. But when I last weighed myself, the lowest it's been so far was 83.4 kilos, which is, hang on, wait. 183.
Wow.
Right? And so that's obviously within the 3 weeks. But the trouble is, I'm eating in a deficit because I worked out my total daily energy expenditure, my TDEE, right? At the beginning was 3,000 calories per day for me to maintain.
Yeah.
So I dropped it down for the first week and a half to 2,500.
Yes.
So every day I was eating 2,500 calories or fewer and training. Okay, and feeling good because I'm in the gym every day. I'm just getting it done. I've started working out with my hoodie on, my hood up. I just get in there. I get sweaty. I get on with it.
Yeah.
And it's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. Then, as of the start of last week or the week before, I dropped down to 2,000 calories a day. It was all last week and then this week. So 2,000 calories a day. Still training. Still going for it.
Yeah.
So we're well on the way to what I want to do. But the trouble I'm having is you don't see results. Like I step on the scales. One day I'm 95. One day I'm 98. The next day I'm 88. It's very, very fluctuating. And I'm not eating like a knobhead because you can lose weight, obviously, by simple science, which is you burn more than you eat.
Yeah.
So if I burn 2,000 calories a day or 2,500 calories a day, whatever, and I'm eating 2,000, then yeah, I'm going to lose weight. That's how it works. But you can do that eating whatever you want, technically. You could eat just chocolate and lose weight as long as you are in that deficit. Now, I'm not doing that. I'm eating well. I'm eating like overnight oats, chicken, vegetables, swapping out a lot of my carbs for veggies and stuff. I'm doing it really well. But the fact I'm not seeing results or seeing anything on the scales or anything is really, really annoying me. But Beth keeps reminding me that I'm weight training as well. So I'm probably trading off a lot of this fat for muscle. And muscle weighs more than fat.
I was just about to say you probably can't see the results, but your body's probably you're probably doing all the work inside your body without even realizing. And yeah, you may be putting on a little bit of weight, but yeah, that could be muscle. You never know.
Potentially. Yeah, and Patu's just put, are you measuring? As of today, yeah, Beth was like, you should measure because she's been doing it. She's doing really well. She's losing weight and stuff for the wedding too. She's like, measure yourself. So she measured me today because she's a lot better than I am at that. So now I've got at least a basis to figure everything out off of. And Patu, as for the weighing, I do generally tend to do it in the morning after movements, as you so politely put. So yeah, I'm doing all that. That's all fine. It's just one of them things because you train so hard. Like I'm finishing the day like sweaty as I'm going to refrain from swearing. I'm going to be a good boy.
Even though you
I train hard, and it's just difficult. So that's that. That's my gym life, Blake.
I'm having the exact opposite problem. I cannot seem to gain weight, but that's because I need to probably hit like 4,000 calories a day, and that is tough.
Yeah, especially if you're doing it
especially
right.
with good foods.
Yeah. Really, really tough.
Well,
and that's another goal of mine. Like, sorry, Jordan, I know I keep interrupting.
That's all right.
But that's another goal of mine. Is I want to. I need YouTube to work. I need it because then I will be able to get into contact with someone who knows what foods I should eat and how much of them I should eat to reach my goals. So that way, that my physical health can be better. But for right now, I'm just stuffing my face with whatever I can think of so I don't drop under 150 pounds. Like not candy, obviously, but just like whatever I can.
Yeah, I get it. It can be difficult trying to to work all that out, because another thing that probably may not help you out as well, Blake, is probably the metabolism, which probably hasn't slowed down yet either.
That's the main thing that's killing me. I always say, like, if I was left somewhere to starve, it would take about 3 days for me to die from it, because this metabolism would just kill me. It takes the average person like a week. For me, it'd be 3 days.
Two put, also remember muscle weighs more than fat. Yeah, we spoke about that bit. And then she also put,
You need me to feed you, lol. Tonight is venison meatball lasagna bake.
that sounds
Ooh.
amazing.
That does sound awesome.
The thing is, right, one thing I love is pasta.
Yeah.
I love pasta so much. And 75 grams of like regular fusilli or penne pasta, like not whole wheat, just regular. And there's not much difference between whole wheat or penne. So if you want to enjoy your food, just don't even bother with whole wheat, 'cause it doesn't really matter. But 75 uncooked weight of pasta, cooked, right, is 300 calories.
Jeez.
Now, bear in mind, if you're trying to eat 2,000 a day, which is your female average intake, which, 300 calories is a huge portion of that. Like, and that's before anything else. That's before any sauce, meat, veg.
Yeah, Jesus.
Cheese. Right? Now, cheese, normal cheese, right? 30 grams is your recommended serving for cheese. Okay? Regular cheese is over 100 calories for 30 grams.
Really?
Now, to put it into perspective, 30 grams of cheese is 4 thin slices. And Blake, when I say cheese, I mean a block of cheese, like normal, regular, not American weird shit, sliced with a knife, right? About this thick.
Yeah.
Not thick in terms of thick. It's probably that thick, but the slice will be like that by that, like a stick of gum, right? So about 4 or 5 slices of that is about 30 grams, which for normal cheese, like non-reduced fat cheese, is over 100 calories. Now you can get reduced fat cheese, and it's usually about 30% less fat. You're looking at about 91 calories. And then you can get, I don't know if it was like 70% less fat I found recently in one of our supermarkets, and it's 71 calories per 30 grams, which is a lot better, but it's still high for such a short amount of cheese. So I don't know why I'm still sticking with the topic of cheese, but to make it better, if you grate it on a fine grater, it feels and looks like you've got more, and it goes a bit further.
Right.
So just a little tip. For you, Blake, that doesn't really matter. You want to just be eating fucking blocks of cheese to bulk up. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna need all the cheese I
Ryan,
can get.
But free pasta is quite good. The red lentil pasta is lovely too.
Boys,
Okay,
it is
you gotta go.
time for me to head off and do my 8 hours working for the man.
Come on.
So
I've done mine today.
Yeah.
yeah,
It
it was a great talk. Good first cast.
Yeah. We're going to carry on in your absence, Blake. Hope that's okay. You can catch up with what you missed later on when we put it on YouTube. It's been great having you on the show. We will have you on again. Love you. Goodbye.
And before we carry on, I just need to redo the overlay for you, Ryan.
Do you?
Yeah, it'll take 2 seconds.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah.
I've turned it into Blake. While you do that, I'm just going to carry on talking.
Yes.
So, the other thing that was asked was wedding stuff.
Yes.
Now, let me talk about the wedding real quick, because it's quite a story. Beth and I decided that we're going to get married. I proposed to her in 2021 in August.
Yeah.
So a little while back, just over a year. And around Christmas time, just before Christmas, sometime in December, we decided let's get married this year, 2023.
Yeah.
We were like, all right, nice one, let's do it. And the idea was that we were going to have a cheap registry office wedding. So nothing fancy, nothing big, very cheap, very casual, relaxed wedding.
Yeah.
So that would have cost maybe £300, I think, just for the wedding itself. Around about that price, about £300.
Yeah.
And then obviously there'd be like getting a suit, getting her dress, and that's pretty much it. That would have been the cost. Easy peasy. And then we thought, okay, let's have the wedding. And the initial idea, was the wedding in a little registry office or an art gallery, and then go out for a meal. And anyone that wants to join us for a meal can come. But because we wanted to keep it chill, it'd just be like a normal meal. So people coming for a meal would just pay to have a meal with us. If they didn't want to come, they didn't come. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Then we thought, okay, let's at least have a reception, like a party after the wedding.
Yeah.
So we looked around and we found somewhere where we can have this party after the wedding. This beautiful, beautiful, like stately home, this lovely place. So we inquired about that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're talking thousands because you've got to cater for, like up to 100 people that be coming to this night party. You've got to provide music. You've got to hire the venue. We were like, right, okay, sure. Let's just do it. It's going to be nice.
Yeah.
And then that turned into us hiring out the full building rather than downstairs. So you can hire the downstairs for a party.
Yeah.
But then you can also... I didn't know you were bald, Blake. Nice.
I fixed it.
Yeah. You can also hire the upstairs because there's 5 bedrooms, so you can stay and then your guests can stay over.
Yeah.
So we were like, yeah, we'd like to do that because the wedding room is really, really nice.
Yeah.
And we thought, let's get people to stay over after the party. It makes life a little bit easier for people. But the only downside is we'd have to charge the people that are staying a fair amount of money for the room, which is way overpriced.
Yeah.
But it is kind of what it is because we're paying that and more.
Yeah.
So then, obviously, that incurs more costs. So we're now gone from this £300 wedding to this X amount of thousands wedding, right?
Yeah.
And then we were like, right, so we're going to have to go from the wedding, go somewhere for a meal.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to this last place to go have this party and stay over at night. So we thought, right, we need to go inquire about having a meal properly and we're going to pay for everyone to have a meal.
Yeah.
So we went and we inquired. And they wanted, in my opinion, tons of money to do this. And I was like, I'm not paying that. I'm not prepared to pay all of that for people to come have a dinner with us.
Yeah, it's a lot sometimes. It can be a lot.
So I told them to shove it. Or I didn't. I just never responded to them.
Typical Ryan fashion.
Yeah. I was like, right, let's just ask the person that we're hiring the venue out of to do the night party if we can just have the full day there. So the wedding itself, the food after the wedding, and then the party and stay over. So they were like, yeah, of course you can, no problem. Because they do everything for you. They look after you. They sort everything out. So that's what it's ended up as now.
Yeah.
We're having the full wedding in this one location. So we're having charcuterie boards or shearing boards after the ceremony.
Damn.
So obviously, George, you'll be in on that.
Yes.
Then after that, there's everything else. There's games, there's partying, there's a DJ coming, there's all sorts going on.
Yes.
And then obviously you've got to hire a photographer, which don't get me started on that because we're being messed about by photographers. It's really annoying.
I can imagine. Imagine. If I wasn't involved like I was, I would have done. But obviously, I can't be in 2 places at once.
Yeah. So that's the deal. That's what's going on right now. That's the wedding. It's very soon. I'm literally finishing off paying for the venue thing today. I had to take out a bank loan for this
Did you?
wedding.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Don't mind me on screen. I'm just plugging my laptop in.
All right.
I am listening.
Obviously, I'm not going to disclose how much this wedding's cost.
Yeah.
But enough for me to have to take out a bank loan,
It's a
which
lot.
isn't great. But it's a special day, and you've got to do it justice.
At the end of the
And
day,
you've kind of got to look after your guests, which it seems a bit strange for me to say it like that. I don't mean it like that. I mean it like it seems strange how much you have to look after your guests, considering you're spending so much money.
And as well, like you never the hope is you don't have experience planning weddings. Like the hope is it is the one and done. So it's like even though other people have had weddings, no wedding will be the same. So it's hard just to go to someone, oh, how did you do this? How did you do this? Because everything will be different for everybody. And like I say, the hope is like the one and done. So you don't get better at planning weddings. You literally got hopefully the one chance and done.
That is the hope.
Like I can't even fathom right now the idea of like planning a wedding.
To be fair, planning is not that bad. The worst thing is the photographer, because we found one photographer that was a decent price. Like for what we wanted, he was like, "Yeah, this is my price." And we were like, "Nice one, that's fine." But we're just not too sure, and we've kind of left him hanging. We've not told him yes, we've not told him no.
Yeah,
because we found out Beth's dream photographer is available, and we've spoken to him. Right, we've got a quote off him, And he's gone, yeah, no problem. I can do it. I can do it for this price. I'll send you over the booking form. And he never did. And we've emailed back and said, look, we want the booking form. We want to hire you. And he's just not responding. And
That's a bit odd.
our kind of thinking is that he's waiting to get a better offer because we're not hiring him for the full day, or at the time of us booking him, we weren't. It wasn't the plan. We were just hiring him for like 5 hours. That was when we were doing the 3 separate venues for the wedding, whereas now it's just the one. We kind of want to see how much it costs to just hire him for, a few more hours.
Yeah.
So we're thinking that he's pieing us off because he thinks he can get someone to hire him for the full day, which isn't very fair. If you say, yeah, I can quote you this much, I'm available, and then don't respond in hopes that you get another offer from somewhere else, I think that's a bit unprofessional.
It is a bit unprofessional. I personally think that's a little bit of pardon the language, a Richard move, so to speak.
Yeah.
A very Richard
Patu has just put in chat, cute idea for you, get some disposable cameras. Now, I had already thought about that, Patu, but I cannot afford it. I looked at disposable cameras. I don't know if it's just because I was looking on Amazon or not, but they are not cheap.
Yeah.
And I know the exact ones you're thinking of, where you put the film in, like the old school, you click, 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 you wind it up. I know exactly what your type is, and I'm sure there shouldn't be any more than like £1. I've not checked in like pound shop, to be fair, but if you look on Amazon, they are not cheap, and there's no way, because our night guests, we've got up to 100 people coming.
Yeah,
right?
Jesus.
And buying, obviously, I could buy like say 20 cameras and just get people to fill the thing full of photos for us. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot.
The other thing we're gonna get, if possible, which should be fine, is something called a magic mirror. Now, a magic mirror is a thing that they use at parties and weddings. It's basically a mirror that's like touchscreen. You can put different settings on and stuff, and it's like a photo booth, but in the form of a mirror.
Yeah.
So you all stand there, whoever, and you take your photos, and then it prints out like a photo booth style pictures. So you taking the picture, get an immediate picture for yourself, but then it also, every single picture from the 3 hours or however long you hire it for, gets compiled into a book.
That's cool.
And then the book is given to you as bride and groom as a memento. So all your guests can take silly photos, and then you've got photos of them to remember.
That's really cool. So, I really like that idea.
That's great, but that's only for a few hours in the evening when people have had a couple of drinks and the feeling like they want to take some photos. As for the actual ceremony and that, we needed this guy to get back to us to say, look, yes, I can do your pictures. Yes, I'm not going to mess you about. Here you go. Let's crack on. But instead, he's just not responding, and it really, really grinds my gears because he's local as well. He lives literally within 10 minutes from us.
Yeah, that's really, really bad. It might just be a case of trying to maybe contact him, leave it a few more days, contact him again, and if push comes to shove, maybe it's worth looking for someone else. I know it's difficult.
But the thing is, when we were looking for a photographer, there aren't that many great ones. We want great pictures. Obviously, we're media students. We critique stuff. Oh, we were media students. We're media graduates. We critique stuff. We look at stuff, and we're like, yeah, that's good. That's not good. Beth is big into photography. Is a photographer herself, and we need the pictures to be good.
It's a shame when you yourself are good at something but can't do it for the thing that you want it for.
Yeah. Because, if we do it, then it's going to be like just me in a picture or just Beth in a picture.
Yeah.
And obviously, in the nighttime, we're not overly bothered about having a photographer there because we've got the magic mirror and everyone's got a camera nowadays. Everyone's got a phone. Yeah. Everyone is, in their own respect, a photographer to some degree.
What we'll probably say is, or even if get DJ just to say, or just someone just to mention the fact that, if you've got any nice pictures, send them across to the bride and groom, and then we can make a little, because we can print it, we can edit it, we can do all the stuff that.
Yeah, we can sort it all out. It's just getting the ceremony photographed, and then, anything else that we want. We did want the guy that we were hiring is documentary style photography.
Yeah.
But his composition and everything is really, really beautiful. And it's kind of moody, dark, which obviously contrasts with the whole vibe of a wedding. It's great. His pictures are really, really good. But I don't know.
It is annoying. It is annoying when you're trying to get in contact with people. And especially when you're hearing nothing and you really want to get something sorted, especially when it's soon as well, and you've got tons of other things to think about. Someone else not replying is like, please no, please no. Can you please?
What?
Oh,
I know it's insane, isn't it? But the trouble is, obviously, it is so close that the longer this guy delays us, the less chance we've got of finding a photographer that'll do it.
yeah,
Because they'll be like, "Oh, it's too short notice. We can't do that."
yeah, I get you. It's a bit annoying. Well,
And this guy, he costs twice as much as the first guy we got a quote from.
yeah.
Literally 2 times the amount, and it's just insane. So I don't know, but that's my stuff.
Hypotheticals or funny news? What we got?
Do hypotheticals first.
I have not got any hypotheticals ready right now.
Okay, so why would you pose the question?
I thought you were looking.
You know, I'm looking at news.
Oh, God. Do you want to start with news first? And then I can look for the hypotheticals.
Mr. Blobby costume buyer backs out of 62,000 bid.
What?
Mr. Blobby costume buyer backs out of £62,000 bid.
So I take it this is like an original Mr. Blobby costume, not just like any old Mr. Blobby costume at all. Because that sounds mental.
So an eBay auction for the piece of TV memorabilia, which is more than 25 years old, attracted huge interest last week. Okay, I don't know if this is last week or not. The costume sold for £62,101, but is now merged. The buyer pulled out of the sale within an hour of placing the large bid.
Jesus.
That's them realizing, hang on a minute, I've made a mistake.
What am I investing myself into? A Mr. Blobby costume.
The wife's not going to be happy with this one.
I was about to say, the bid was put up and the wife got notified, and the wife has just gone, Harold, why have you bid on a Mr. Blobby costume for our entire savings? What is going on? I'm sorry, Brenda. I'll back out.
So the anonymous seller told the BBC, I thought it would get to a level of £100 perhaps, and so I was shocked really that it reached the level that it did. I think it was one of those things that was driven by social media, and ironically, it was being sold not to make money, but to make space. They just wanted it gone. They were fed up of going into their attic and just saying, Blobby!
Yeah, just, oh, can you go up to the attic and just go fetch some paint? It's like, oh, not the Mr. Blobby again.
So it's actually a Mr. Blobby costume that was made for overseas version of the show. The show was cancelled before it was shipped, so the costume went home with one of the creators. No way. Mr. Blobby suit was made by the BBC's costume supplier and was due to be used for Noel's house party, but the TV show was cancelled before it could be delivered. Running from 1991 to 1999, Noel's house party was a BAFTA-winning light entertainment show. Earlier, the seller said the costume was in need of a new home after they claimed that neither the broadcaster nor the BBC's production team wanted it. The costume needed some attention due to its age, with one of the plastic eyes cracked. That is terrifying.
That's a horror movie. I'm surprised, like Blumhouse Studios, the little indie horror creation company, didn't buy it just to make a Mr. Blobby horror movie.
Oh my god, that'd be terrifying.
Because they're currently go on.
I was just going to say, while eBay's terms and conditions rule that winning an auction means the user has committed to buy the item, it cannot enforce this by law. According to the BBC, the seller has decided to keep hold of the Mr. Blobby costume for now.
Oh, Jesus, that is... They put it up and they were like, oh my god, we got rid of it. We finally got rid of it. They just got it down the attic. They were just spraying it down and like, oh crap. They're not giving us the money.
They're not giving the money.
Now instead of sat in the attic, it's like sat in the garage, ready to go.
In the garage.
So every time they go to like drive to work or something, it's like, Blobby!
I think what they should do is give it away to stuntmen production crews, because it'd be a great crash mat.
Yeah, but I think that there'd be too much terror for that. Like, I think you'd purposely land off of that crash mat just to avoid the Blobby.
Yeah, but I mean, they could repaint it, they could repurpose it in so many different ways.
Oh.
By changing its appearance, surely. Like, if it's yours, it's yours. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to keep it as Mr. Blobby. You could turn it into anything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm surprised it hadn't been like donated to a museum or something, like a broadcast museum.
No one wants that in a museum, mate. Nobody wants that.
I mean,
Would you want to go into a museum and just see Blobby standing there?
no, I can't
You
say.
remember him on telly, surely. He was awful.
I never watched Mr. Blobby. I just didn't. I just couldn't.
It wasn't a show. It wasn't a Mr. Blobby show. He was on. I forget the name of the show he was actually on, but he come on like on the stage. He's going Blobby, and his eyes are fucking like going everywhere because they're like googly eyes.
Like I've seen Blobby and I've seen his family, and the family are also terrifying. Like they are horror creatures through and through.
Right, read what Patu said. I need to go for a wazoo.
Oh, okay. So Patu has put the seller also has to make any buyer sign an agreement that the costume cannot be used for any monetary gain or public appearance as the character. Oh, okay. So if they bought it, they would literally just have to use it for, well, they couldn't use it to make it. It would have to be basically a collector's item. That's insane. So you couldn't put it on display. You couldn't show it. You would just have it in a room. Like I'm imagining like you've just got this really fancy house, and there's like you've got really fancy cars, and then there's just one room with like a curtain that pulls back, and it's just the Blobby costume. That's terrifying. Jesus Christ. Basically, it can be only displayed within the home. That's a really weird clause. I'll reiterate that to Ryan when he gets back, because that's just, oh my god, just having Blobby just there, that is a horrific thought. Yeah, it is, Patu. That concept is just terrifying. Just Blobby stood there in your house for all eternity. It was a clause put in place by the BBC when the costume surfaced. Oh, okay, fair enough. They obviously saw it and was like, yeah, we don't want people dressing up as Blobby.
Why?
Okay, so Patu put there was a special clause that basically when the buyer signed the agreement, the costume could not be used for any monetary gain or public appearances as the character, and could only be displayed within the home. That's it. By the
Really?
BBC.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was the clause. That's why he pulled out. It probably was like, oh my god, I'll get a Mr. Blobby costume, the Mr. Blobby costume, and was like
around
and they were just like,
strange.
nope, you're not allowed
Nope.
to do that. I can't find any interesting hypotheticals at the moment. Like, there's nothing striking out. Like, a lot of these are like yes or no questions.
Okay.
Like, the best one I can find right now: if you won the lottery, what would not change in your life? Say if you won like the multi-billion jackpot, what in your life would not change because of that money?
Multi-billion pound.
Yeah. Say if you won like the jackpot of all jackpots, the big like Euro million,
The
you
thing
know what I mean?
to like retire you now and
Yeah.
just have you live however you want until your end of days. Kind of
Yeah.
thing.
What would not change? Patuput would not be buying a Mr. Blobby costume.
Yeah, my amount of Mr. Blobby costumes would not change. What would not change for me? I'd still game.
Yeah.
I think I'd still be normal. I'd still go to the gym, the same gym. Obviously I'd have a home gym as well, but I'd still go to my gym.
Yeah. I mean,
assuming I still lived around here.
would you be one of these that told anybody, or would you just kind of like be one of these that didn't tell anybody and just disappeared?
I'd tell family and friends.
Yeah.
But other people, probably not. I might even, well, no, I don't think I'd stay at work. I don't know.
I mean,
if I knew it, like, if I was proper certain that, you know what, this is plenty to last until the end of days, I can buy houses and go on holiday and invest into my child's future and, pay off my family's houses, that sort of stuff, then absolutely I'd leave work, that sort of stuff would happen. But I'd still sit here and I would still play this.
Yeah.
And I think I'd definitely still YouTube and that.
Yeah,
I'd have more time to do it.
I think you'd be able to do it daily if you wanted to.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd be able to make a proper job of it.
So I think for myself, a lot of things would stay the same.
Mm.
I'd probably still shop at like Aldi and
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
I mean, it sounds like a
Yeah.
really ridiculous thing, but one thing that would never change is my taste in tea. I'd still be drinking Yorkshire tea.
Yeah,
Like, no matter
me
what.
too.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think certain places that I eat, I'd experiment a little bit, but there's still places that I eat that I'd be like, yeah, that's not going to change. I'm still going to go these places. I don't know. I think I'd be terrified if I ever got into that kind of money. If I randomly won the lottery, I'd be like, what do I do now? I would have to get help to figure out what I'd do. It just like
Yeah, I definitely invest in like a financial advisor for a
Yeah.
couple of weeks or something. And
where you can get like the lottery advisors. They can tell you what things to do. So I think they'd be like, get some property,
you've got to
rent
put
it
money
out.
in property. You've got to
Yeah.
put money in property.
That'd be the major thing. I'd definitely buy myself like a house for myself and people.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah, you've got to look after those around you. Like, you've got to look after your family because they've looked after you. You've got to, well, you don't have to look after friends, but you could look after friends.
what I'd do is I'd set aside like a chunk of money that like whatever that money is, that is going to friends and that's it. No more, no less. That's it.
Yeah,
So
because
there's
people
no-
get dependent and
Yeah.
rely on it. And
If
like,
it-
I think for myself, my closest friends, I would buy them a property. They
Mm.
can live in it, they can rent it out, they can do what they want.
Yeah.
You know, if they're happy staying where they are and renting out the property, then that's on them. They can earn some money out of that and, have this passive income or whatever.
Yeah.
I think for a laugh, I'd buy a load of vending machines and I'd hire somebody. Their
Just
job would
refill
be
them.
to go around refilling them and taking the cash out.
Yeah. That'd be ace.
I don't know. It just a lot of interesting things. I'd just have fun.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Just
Definitely.
get on with stuff.
Just do so. I'd definitely do the streaming stuff more often. I'd try and make it a daily thing. And to have
We could make
actually
it
have a
mad. Like,
Yeah.
I'd buy a cinema
Yes.
and we'd stream from a cinema.
Yeah, that'd be ace. That'd be such a weird concept as well.
It'd
Just-
be brilliant. Patu's put, I wouldn't tell anyone. I'd just make nice things happen for the people I care about. So
that's nice.
8-inch, hang on. 8-inch, interestingly, Camelot offer advisors when they release the lottery account to you. You don't have to accept it, but they can offer advice on how best to invest and prolong your winnings. Oh, that's good.
That's cool.
Can I just say, for this entire podcast, I've been playing Call of Duty.
I know you have. I know. I was going to question it halfway through. I was like, I know. I can see in your glasses that you're playing COD.
Can you?
Just about. I was like, I knew you were, because like you'd go silent for bits, and the bits where you were talking, you were in a bloody lobby.
Yeah.
I know.
So it's obviously for me, like working like this, I think it's better because I can focus on something different and then just idly chat.
Yeah, I've been like furiously making stuff work, turning the cogs, making sure the audio's right, making sure screens are working, and you've been playing COD in the background.
Yeah, that's how we work, though, isn't it?
I know.
I'm distracted doing stuff, and you are the goer.
I try and make it work.
Patu's put, you've done wonderfully, lads. Thank you very much, Patu.
Thank you. Well, that is going
Before
to be the first of a few.
Many.
Like we
Hopefully.
enjoy this format. It's done really well. I've been keeping
Yeah,
an eye on stats and stuff.
it's good. Yeah. I like it. I think what we can do with this is once a month, maybe.
Well,
Just-
yeah, once a month, maybe once every other week if we fancy. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be regular, but we'll figure out a proper schedule for it and everything. It won't be weekly. I've enjoyed it. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good thing to continue. I enjoy
I
it.
think so. Thank you all so much for listening
There
and
we
or
go.
watching. If you've been watching on the YouTube channel or live on Twitch, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, hit the follow button. If you are on Twitch, check out our social medias. You can join us again for another podcast very soon. If there's anything you would like us to discuss on the podcast, please email homebrewboys@gmail.com or send us a tweet or a direct message on Twitter.
Or join our Discord, which
Or
is
join our
literally there,
Discord, which is in the link below.
underneath
And
us
you
as well.
guys can, but if they're watching YouTube,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
in
if
the
they're
link
watching
below.
YouTube, yeah.
And you guys can give us topics that you want us to talk about, any hypothetical questions you'd like us to discuss, like what would you do if you won the lottery, that sort of thing, or anything you'd like us to figure out.
Yeah.
test our knowledge on stuff. Be good, or any just topics of interest to you. So thank you once again. We'll catch you all next time.
Goodbye.